I think for me, the game is, I'm driven by gratitude. Gratitude is my fuel. I think most people burn out because they're looking for money. They're looking for short-term highs. You know, when the game itself and the process and gratitude is the mix of your gasoline, you'll run forever. When it's about getting a watch or buying a new home or getting a new pair of Yeezys, you're finished. And so I see a lot of people looking for quick highs. I want to get that girl, I want to get that guy, I want to get that plane, I want to get that, you know, car. That is just not sustainable. When you're like, I cannot believe I'm alive, thank you so much, and oh my God, I can't wait to wake up and fight and grind and try to win. I love the game. You're unstoppable.
Right.
I just never run out of energy because those two things never run out. The game's forever and gratitude's forever. So I am like every other human. When something ends, I also have a moment where I don't have the energy. But for me, the game of trying to be a great entrepreneur and the game of being grateful as the operating system of your soul is a forever game. You know what it is? I like my lows as much as I like my highs. Right? Like, I like losing. I think it's part of the game. I think it's appropriate. I think I like being humbled because then I get pumped. Like I love when I lose, and like I love when there's like a new game that I find where it's like pickleball or like smash, like or darts in college. I remember I was like, oh really? Like I love the feeling of getting my ass kicked at first because I love the climb, and I also am very into my own head. So I think a lot of people struggle when they lose because they're worried about what everybody else thinks. Right. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks. Like, they fucking suck at shit too. Like, I'm in my own head. And so, you know, the other thing, now I will say this. The thing I care about the most is the health and well-being of the 10 people closest to me, right? I do think that, God forbid, when one day, hopefully very far away, whether it's parents or something even worse, that will stop me dead in my tracks. Real life stuff, not losing an account or not making money or making a bad deal, somebody quitting that's a good employee, that can't stop me. That doesn't mean enough.
Right. And you know what I've admired about you is you just have a strong internal frame of reference to where, like, you know, everything that's not in alignment with that bounces off. Right. So for the average person who's not wired that way and they're externally frame of reference,
yes,
would you say that they should invest their time being more internal, or kind of like go with how they're wired and throw some things in there? What would you advise people who are not wired like you?
You know, I think nobody's wired like me. We're all wired differently. I would say a couple things. Number one, you have to find a way to genuinely appreciate yourself for your strengths and your shortcomings. Some people are just stunningly attractive. Some people, there's about 32 guys tonight here in Dallas that are about to get drafted that were remarkably athletic. You know, I wasn't either one of those two, and like, that's okay. But I know how to sell stuff, and I'm a good guy, and like, you know, to me, what I would say to people is, the judgment you're placing on yourself was created through either a combination of DNA or the way that you were brought up. And you need to spend time with optimistic, positive people that aren't judging you to break out of that framework. Glass half full is a terrible way, glass half empty is a terrible way to live life. Like, looking at everything and being pessimistic is the worst thing that could happen to you. And you should do everything in your power, whether that is going and seeing somebody, whether that is changing your friends, whether that is abruptly getting up and moving to Peru for the rest of your fucking life. Whatever you have to do to get out of a place where you go negative is something you have to figure out. Whether you have to, listen, I'm not a doctor, but whether you have to get medicated, whether you have to what my biggest thing is, who do you spend time with and who do you consume? If you're spending all your time with pessimistic friends, you're in deep shit. If you're listening to the news all the time, you're in deep shit. The end.
Right. And what's cool about this is like I've seen this happen to where you put out so much goodwill and content in the marketplace to where you don't even need to sell. Like it's done. By the time people see you, they already know they want to buy, versus people trying to do the opposite of no value and just sell.
That's because I'm a marketer and a branding guy, not a salesman. But I'm also a salesman. Look at the earlier question I asked you. You said, what are you gonna do? I said, sell. I know how to sell, I know how to brand. The best way to sell in the world is not to run retargeting programs or affiliate marketing, it's build a fucking brand. Everybody, you think my man here is wearing those Nikes because they cookied him? Right? Like everybody here is wearing everything they're wearing, everything, the underwear I'm fucking with, what is it? Calvin Klein. It's fucking brand. It's fucking brand. It's all brand. That's exactly right. I don't want to ask people to buy my shit. I want to say I have a new sneaker out and people buy that shit. I have a new book out, of course. And here's the best part, and this is the most important fucking part in the entire game. When I ask for something, come see me speak, come buy my sneaker, come buy my book, I give away all this free shit, better than anyone. I think I'm at the top of the game. Free. If they don't, I understand. I have zero expectations to convert. Too many people are giving away shit for only, when you give with expectation, you're a piece of shit. You're not a good person. When you give and you have an expectation, you're a manipulator. You're not a giver. I give and have zero expectations. The chips will fall where they are. If it goes great, mazel tov. If not, I wasn't providing enough value. That's on me. I don't give. I'm not doing this interview for any other reason than I know that it's leverage for you and it's gonna put you on and you can use it for other shit that you wanna do. And you know how good that makes me feel? That's real life.
And I think that the cool thing about that is, from a systems point of view, that does not create resentment within you. Because if you were giving,
correct,
and you eliminate the stuff of negativity.
Brother, I have zero expectations of everybody. Right. I could give a fuck. I have zero expectations of my own employees. Many will argue with me in my own organization that one of my shortcomings is my lack of expectations. It's just the way I just have empathy. I'm just overly, to a fault, I would argue to a fault, empathetic. And I've brought it back to create more accountability and candor. But yeah, man, that's it. You're very smart to follow up what I said by that. That was a very good job by you. That's the right insight. You know why I'm always fucking happy? I don't fucking expect anything from people. Most of you are unhappy because you've got expectations of somebody, your mother, your friend, what you did at work, your boss, your homie. I got zero. When I lend somebody 20 bucks, I may pretend that shit's gone. I'm giving you 20 bucks.
Yeah, it's funny. I had one funny question here. I was debating whether to ask, and I'm gonna
fucking ask it.
I'm gonna put my 2 cents. But yeah. The question is, what was your payout from your dad's wine business to build this business? And my answer in my mind is like, dude, it's the work ethic, it's the grind, it's the integrity.
Financially, it was zero. Financially, it was zero. When VaynerMedia was started by me selling a client from Gillette an $80,000 program, and that was the money that was started. The payout was dick. I had 0% of the business. I didn't get a loan, nothing. I built that business for my family because my family brought me to America and raised me perfect. And so, nothing. The payout was $0. $0. That's why when people talk shit, I laugh. I competed against people that raised $1 million. Like people like, you were given a liquor store. I sure wasn't. Like, come and fucking look at my fucking taxes. Come see me, motherfucker. I built my fucking parents' liquor store for them. Facts. Now come see me. When you got an excuse that, oh, easy for you, GaryVee. You got a $3 million liquor store. Dickface, go read the fucking articles. I started in a company that was doing $3 million, making $300,000 in profit. I worked my dick off from 22 to 34, 15 hours a day to build a business for my parents that I left at 34 with nothing. Now tell me who had it worse. Dick.
There you go.
Yeah, there I go. And that's my thing, right? For years, I never clarified that. The reason I'm not mad at people for saying it is I didn't talk about it because, it was a family business. I didn't know, I didn't want to put my family's business out there. But now I talk about it with fire because I'm just tired of your excuses. And fuck me, who gives a fuck what I accomplish? Don't look at me. Look at somebody who's fucking born in like the deep jungles of like whatever and comes to America and fucking eats you. My parents did it better than me. Fuck me. My parents came here with nothing. Lived in a studio at 23 years old with $100. Fucking forget me. There's 50 million people that came from dick shit and fucking made it. So what the fuck's your excuse? Entitlement. You're fucking entitled. If you ever bought a $5 Starbucks coffee, you're fucking soft. If you ever in your life bought a $5 fucking coffee from Starbucks, you are fucking soft. Globally, in the 7.7 billion people, you're fucking fancy, you're soft. A $5 fucking cup of coffee? Fuck you. So I don't want to hear it from the people in my comments or people like behind my back. You live in fucking, you live in like 99% of my comments are from people in first world countries. Like fuck you. What? Your best friend's parents bought him a BMW and not you? You fucking soft piece of shit. I can't deal with it. It's fucking ridiculous. People are, oh, you're mad at your homie because their parents, his parents, her parents paid for their Coachella trip, but you had to work to pay for yours? You went to Coachella. Like, what is the matter with you?
It's the expectation you need.
Entitlement, brother. Fucking global entitlement. You're fucking all entitled. Period. Nobody has anything to complain about. Almost nobody. Unless you're the worst human on earth. In the world rankings of humans, you're 7.7 billion. You live in a cage and you're a slave somewhere where nobody's looking. Because that's who that person is. Unless you're that person, stop complaining.
I think it's shit.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people watching this and are like, where's he going? Here's my thing. Millions of you have hardships. But when you're in the mindset of not complaining, it's game over. My mother lost her mother when she was 5. Her father then spent a decade in fucking jail. She lived in Soviet Russia and she never complained once. I just don't have time for everybody else.
And I think it's your mindset of having 100% of confidence.
Feeling is thinking somebody else is in charge. I know why you're upset. You actually think somebody else is in charge. I understand. I don't think anybody's in fucking charge. Not my parents, not my wife, not the government, not fucking anybody. I'm in charge. You're exactly right. And here's my thing. Just go there for a year. Go there for one fucking day. Go there for one day, see what it feels like.
To be in charge.
It's fucking everything.
So when it comes to another question that we got a lot is all the algorithm changes for Facebook, Instagram. I know it's a crazy thing. People.
It's a great segue. Like,
I know.
Like, really? Is this what? Like, after that whole fucking 4 minutes, that's what you're getting? Like, that's. I love that you followed up with that. It's fucking free. It's fucking free. Yes, they changed the algorithm. You should have been building up your email list. You should have started a podcast. You should have been on YouTube. You should have done more collaborations. You should have milked it harder when it was fucking Nirvana. It's on you, dick. It's fucking on you. I'm glad they changed out. My email list for Wine Library used to have 90% open rates in 1997 because nobody was doing email. Now it's fucking 12, 15, 19%. The market changed. Tough luck. It's fucking free.
And they complain about free.
Instagram's free. Like, it's fucking free. Like, what you're sad now because the detox tea company can't give you as much money because you're not reaching as many people? Is that really where your life's at? Sorry. It's all about humility. Right. Who the fuck do you think you are? That's what it's about. You know why I go so hard? Because I'm humble. Because no matter how good it is right now and all these people watching, I'm so flattered this guy, like all that's going on, I never think it means that I'm special. I gotta work harder tomorrow than yesterday, not softer. And listen, you wanna cash in and you worked so hard making videos and you need a month in Costa Rica to drink tequila, enjoy yourself, but know that you're giving something up. Because while you're drinking tequila in Costa Rica, I'm taking your attention.